Hello to everyone. My name is NC Lightworker, and I am basically a light worker by trade. A light worker is someone who has received a calling from the Most High God and has been entrusted with the duty to light the pathway for God's people. I do not have any religious affiliation, nor am I affiliated with any group or organization. Also, I do not respond to any questions, comments, or emails because as a light worker, I'm only here to present the information. The ideas expressed in this commentary are from a conscious viewpoint. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get started. Religion is an inside joke. Part 1 of 3. Inside joke number 1. The pastor is the jokester, and members of his congregation are his dumb sheep. Truth is always within plain sight and can be found when you study the meaning of words. Sheepish, resembling a sheep in meekness and stupidity. Flock. First definition, a group of animals, as bird or sheep, assembled or herded together. Definition number 2, a group under the guidance of a leader, a church congregation. The comparison of people to sheep is found in the Bible. This concept actually predates the Bible. In the book of Zechariah, chapter 10, verse 2, people wander like sheep, distressed for lack of a shepherd. This Bible verse is describing people as being sheepish or stupid by definition, and they are in need of someone to provide them with direction or guidance. If the church congregation are the sheep, then who is the shepherd? The shepherd is the pastor of the church, of course. They are the ones that provide spiritual guidance. Book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 1 and 2. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. So let's think in terms of symbolism. A pasture is generally fenced in, and this fence was built by the shepherd. What is the symbolic purpose of a fence? A fence controls what gets in and out of the pasture. Either way, as sheep, you are not free to roam. Earlier this year, I was sharing conscious information about religion at a college campus, and there was a group of Christian young ladies who basically drilled me. They gave me the third degree. Now, I didn't mind it at all, and actually, what they did was correct. There I was, standing before them, claiming to have received a calling from the Most High God. They were absolutely correct in questioning my motive and the information I was giving them. At the end of the conversation, I asked them this question: your pastor received a calling from God. Did you or did you not give your pastor the third degree? To no surprise, the answer was no. So basically, all this man has to do is wear a robe and stand behind a pulpit for you to blindly accept what they're telling you as being truth. Religion is a weapon that the enemy uses against God's people. The fact that no one ever questions the pastor is no accident. This is by design. The enemy's weapons are psychological in nature. As sheep, Christians have been conditioned to be followers, to not act or think outside of the flock. There are two types of Christians. Christian number one, the Christian that goes to church to hear the Word of God. Christian number two, the Christian that is of right knowledge. Your pastor and other church leaders fall under this category. So what's the difference? The difference between the two is that the Christian that is of right knowledge actively sought knowledge. They studied the Bible themselves to obtain the true meaning and purpose of the Bible and religion. The other Christian is blindly trusting or leaning on the interpretation that they are given. This is no accident. This is by design. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. This is Christian number one. They are trusting someone else's interpretation and not their own. Let's read a little bit further. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. The man that findeth wisdom describes Christian number two, and the man that getteth understanding is Christian number one. We are living in the information age. Wisdom and knowledge is not the same as information and understanding. So what's the difference? Information and understanding is an answer that someone else gives you. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. So if I have the wisdom and I give you your information, your understanding, then what you think you know will be whatever the hell I tell you it is. You wouldn't know if it's right or wrong. You wouldn't know if it's the truth or a falsehood. Your actions are guided by what you think. If I'm the one with the wisdom and I gave you what you think you know, I control you without you being conscious of it. The enemy's weapons are psychological in nature. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. It is not the responsibility of a wise man to spoon-feed another man wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge is something that the individual has to search for. It is a process. It is an experience. The Bible. If you were to look up the word Bible in the dictionary, it simply means book. That's it, folks. No more, no less. The King James Version of the Bible represents many things, but in short, it's a mixture of truth and King James's bullshit. If you read the Bible as is, you will not be able to obtain truth from it. So why is this so? It is common knowledge that the Bible is not necessarily in any real chronological order, and it is also fragmented. It's called the Holy Bible for a reason because it's missing several books. We know that this is true because the Bible makes references to other books that are not included. To decipher truth from the Bible, you have to go beyond the Bible. Think about it. Christian number 2, the Christian that is of right knowledge, are the clergymen. When they went to divinity school, was the Bible their only textbook? No. You have to use other references like the dictionary and historical texts to obtain truth, wisdom, and knowledge from the Bible. Does your pastor encourage you to read from any other book other than the Bible? No. And this is why. When you study the Bible with other references, you will discover something very important. You will discover the true meaning of the Bible and religion. Once you discover this, you have a choice to make. Choice number 1. Disconnect from religion and become spiritually connected with the Most High God. Choice number 2. Continue to call yourself a Christian and join in on the joke. Choice number 3. Do nothing and go back to sleep. Religion is the most powerful tool that the enemy uses to control the masses. Religion is also a very lucrative business. Every Sunday, you can have an entire congregation of followers to come hear you preach the Word of God. Of course, no one will ever question a word you say, but what they will do is clap, then say, "Amen," and give you money. Your true identity. We are the gods that walk this earth. We serve and are created in the image of the Most High God. The enemy has known our true identity as God for thousands of years. Religion was designed to prevent people from coming into knowledge of God's self. Now, this concept of God's self is nothing new. As a matter of fact, your pastor is very familiar with this concept and studied it while they were in divinity school. So let's look up the word divinity in the dictionary. Divinity, the quality or state of being divine. Divine, relating to or proceeding directly from God. What you've been told your entire life is that you are a child of God. Well, this is a half-truth. The full truth is that you were a child of God when you were a child. As an adult, you are now a full-fledged God. Have you ever heard your pastor tell you that you are God? Absolutely not. And the reason being is that if you knew your true identity, you will no longer be controlled. You will no longer be one of his sheep. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4. Thus said the Lord my God, become shepherd of the flock doomed to slaughter. We are the gods that walk this earth. The enemy is weak and cannot kill you directly. The only way a god can be killed is by self-destruction. Religion is designed to have gods unknowingly surrender to the enemy. Surrendering to your enemy is a form of self-destruction. It's suicide. When the pastor calls for those who want their souls to be saved to come before the altar, is it a coincidence that the congregation is quietly singing, "I surrender all"? Religion has conditioned its followers to kneel down, bow their heads, and close their eyes for a reason. This is an act of submission. The enemy doesn't ever want you to see it coming. Your pastor and other religious leaders are among the deceivers that are referenced in the book of Revelations. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 4. Thus said the Lord my God, become shepherd of the flock doomed to slaughter. The book of Revelations, chapter 20, verse 4. I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded for the testimony of Jesus and for the word of God. The beautiful thing about consciousness is that it will never force itself on you. You always have the option of going back to sleep at any time. The choice is yours. If the information in this post was able to wake up a handful of people, then my mission was accomplished. It is now your responsibility to stay awake, prepare, and continue connecting those dots. Please feel free to share this post. God bless and take care.